outside. It's pretty quiet, it's decently quiet. It's sort of early in the morning. Maybe like, what time? It's like 6:50. 6:50. I got up at a decent time today. We got up at like 5:36, somewhere around there. So got up at a decent time. And raining outside, but getting the body cool. I've been drinking water. Got a little caffeine in me. Maybe about 3 cups of coffee. Took my supplements, my vitamins. So just a normal day. Got up, brushed the teeth and all that. Yeah, so now I get to my workout. So if you're familiar with how I like to train, ideally, I like to train in the morning. So getting my early morning workout session in. Beautiful thing about today is that we're gonna do a back workout, right? And I do this pretty much every day. I'm usually gonna train every day for the most part. Like I said, if you're familiar with how I train, I'm usually gonna train in the mornings. I'm usually gonna train every day. So I don't record every day. I don't make videos every day, but I certainly train every day. And some days I'm not going to train necessarily, but I still may do like active stretching. I still may walk. I still may play a sport, things of that nature. So every day I'm trying to give my body some level of intentionality to say, hey, like, you're training, you're taking care of yourself, you're actively working towards your goals. And I'm a personal trainer. I study up on the material. I'm very engaged and interested with it, so I would expect, everyone to be as regimented, wake up, train daily, things of nature. But when you're really invested in it and you really enjoy it, I think it's very possible to do it every day. So I'm a big proponent of a certain exercise approach, and that is push-pull legs. So that is essentially just doing pushing movements, pulling movements, and leg movements. Why do I like it? I like it because it's very simple. It's a very rudimentary approach when it comes to training. It doesn't take a lot of thought. It's very simple. It's this exercise group, this exercise group, this exercise group. So push-pull legs. So today I'm gonna do a back workout, and I'll just let you run through the workout with it and just check out what I do, how I do it. So right now, I'm just kind of getting my body open. Before a workout, I'm usually just thinking to get the body warmed up, get the body moving, not looking to have a lot of weights, not looking to have a lot of strain, just sort of move. So I don't know how much stretch with the band. This is just a resistance band. I'm gonna just kind of flow with it. I'm gonna just flow with it, go with it, just kind of move a bit. So I know that I'm gonna be using my back a lot, so I'm thinking to open my shoulders, open my back, get everything moving, right? Get everything moving. Get a little core in there, little shoulders as well. Get the lats involved. So literally just thinking warm up. So before my training session, before I actually work out, I'm thinking to just do that. I just want to warm up. I just want to get my body flowing on and just get moving. That's my initial thought process. So just get some blood flow going and my body working. So today, like I said, I'm gonna be doing back. So with all fitness, another way I look at it is like, hey, really it's just about putting the body under a certain stimulus, a certain level of tension. You can do that with weights, bands, any way that you can add tension or add the strain to the muscle, the stimulus to the muscle. So it's so many ways. But today, the modalities, the tools we're going to be using is going to be a band, right? We're going to use a band. We're going to use weights. These I really like. I haven't got to display these as much as I would like, but I'm a big fan of this company. I really like what they do. They seem to make really durable products. And not only do they make really durable products, from what I have seen, I like the aesthetics of them, I like the way they make their products look. So not only are they durable, but they're also making products, to me, that sort of stand out. They have a nice appeal to them. So the products I've bought from them, they last. I'm just letting it out there. So I like having a nice pair of dumbbells around, right? So in every home that I'm in, no matter where I'm at, I'm usually gonna have either resistance bands or dumbbells or something. I really like to have dumbbells around because, especially like these, because I can load them up. I can add more weight to these dumbbells, or like having resistance bands. But the dumbbells are really nice because they don't take a lot of space, but they're really versatile and I can add a lot of weight. So with me having dumbbells around and having resistance bands around, like the amount of workouts I can do is just endless, and I can add the appropriate amount of load that I need to make progress. So today we're doing back day. Back day is a great day. I like back day. Why back day? Because back day we real strong, right? We're super strong on back day. Back's one of your larger muscle groups, so you can move a lot of weight, right? It's like the deadlift. You can move so much weight, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds. You can move. Obviously, depending on your form, workout history, stuff like that. But deadlift is with a lot. So with our back day, we're looking at like 3 major muscle groups that we're looking to really target. So right now, I'm targeting my biceps, right? Targeting biceps. These are traditional bicep drills, so we want to target the biceps a bit. All right? And then, so we got biceps. We can follow up our biceps with, I'll do a Romanian deadlift. So instead of doing a deadlift going all the way down, right, I'm gonna go to about 90, maybe a little higher. And I'm gonna hinge in my hips. I'm gonna kind of push my bone back. Let those knees approach forward. And allow my body to go down and streamline, center line, sort of body, right? So Romanian deadlifts. So these Romanian deadlifts will kind of hit the back of your body, your posterior chain, and you'll kind of hit the back of the legs, glutes, lower back, upper back, neck back, center, right, all that. So Romanian deadlifts, kind of full body, honestly. Your body will be engaged. Some muscle groups, not as much, but it's a full body for sure. Romanian deadlift. So not a lot of weight, but it's about the intentionality. How are you moving that weight? What are you thinking about? What are you trying to engage? So right now, I think it's get that posterior chain activated. Get that bone going, get that lower back going. Really let those last. Get that deep stretch. Deep stretch right there. Boom, boom, pull up, right? Pull up. So, Romanian deadlift. So, we went from biceps to back. We're going back now with these Romanian deadlifts. So, like I said, for pull day, we're thinking 3 muscle groups. We're thinking pulling groups, or really all pulling groups, right? So, all pulling groups. We're thinking biceps, back, lat, center for the pull. We're going to pull them in, pulling the weight back up. That's really what you're doing, pulling the weight back up. So right now it's Romanian deadlift. Weight's going down, right? Weight's going down, weight's going down. I got to bring it back up. Romanian deadlift, right there. Bring it back up. Bring it back up. And one thing you might notice is that I haven't called out sets. I haven't called out reps. I haven't said necessarily what I'm doing, more so explain what I'm doing. So I'm really just looking to activate 3 different muscle groups and I'm warming up. So these are just dumbbells. These dumbbells aren't incredibly heavy. I think these are 15 pounds. 15-pound dumbbells. And I have no weights on, so I can add weights. But I'm still just sort of warming up. I'm really feeling it in my posterior chain. I said I need to get my back more into it, so I'm getting more intentional with it, with allowing the weights to really drop into this position here, right? So let these weights drop, right? These weights sink down, and to really get that back involved. So we gotta get a good back stretch, a good back involved. Yeah. So Romanian deadlifts, we got here. So we'll go from bicep curls to Romanian deadlifts. Boom. And we'll follow up with shrugs. So use some shrugs here. So again, on this day, you know, we do pulling movements, back, biceps, traps. And I suppose I can explain why. So why? Why do I like this split? So to me, push-pull legs is very synergistic. So these muscles all work together. I've heard some people that don't like it, and they don't like it because they like to work more antagonist muscles. So instead of working them together, they want to work out muscle groups to work against one another. I suppose you could call me a novice bodybuilder, but I put the same amount of reps in, the same amount of time, I'm still educating myself. It's just everyone has different approaches to how they get the results. So the reason why I like push-pull legs is because, like I said, it's synergistic. So even if I don't really exhaust the muscle in that group, it will still get work, and it'll work how it would need to work, essentially. So, like with the deadlift. So, you know, my traps are not super engaged. Okay, we go Romanian. So my traps aren't really engaged with this Romanian deadlift. They're not, but they are still working in that movement. And that's why I like it. It's because it's like working out a team. And it's like, okay, we're gonna practice together, we're gonna play together. So I suppose kind of working out the antagonist muscles would be like, you know, in practice, you always practice another team. Why do I practice another team? Well, because, you know, you wanna see different results, different things or whatever. So to me, I guess working synergistically with the push-pull legs, allowing the muscles to work together, it's like, you know, when these muscles fire, I want them to fire together. So when I do this deadlift, I want my biceps to fire. I mean, not a lot, honestly, but I want my biceps to fire. I want my traps to fire. I want these muscles to work together. So I'm teaching, hey, this is what we're doing. So on that day, you guys are working together. So like from doing a pull-up, what do I need involved in my pull-up? So all those muscles work together. Now, the downside of it is that with all these muscles working together, they're also tired together. So if I hit my back, right, and I also hit my biceps, today, maybe my back takes a brunt of the exercise. So my back is super exhausted. So maybe I hit my biceps really good. But since I'm doing them on the same day, now my back is exhausted. So I think that's the gripe or the complaint with it. A lot of people just don't want to exhaust muscle groups as they're already working together. So they figure if they're already working together and we're training together, they're gonna lag behind because they're not gonna be fresh. They're gonna overwork the muscles, something along those lines. I think that has validity. And I think a lot of it comes down to just how you like to train. Like I said, I like working together just because, for one, it's really simple. And for two, like I said, the muscles are going to work together. And I like them to work together. It just simplifies things for me. I think it's a good split. My humble opinion, I don't think there is a perfect split. I think there is a perfect split for you, like what works for you. So this is why I do it. So, like I said, so today I'm gonna do back day. So what I'm gonna do is, and I do this often, but I think variety is good with it too. So typically, I'll go with the heaviest muscle group first, typically. And I think what that does is allow me to train the biggest muscle group, or the one I want to tax most, the one that can take the most load, the one I want to put the most load on. I'll do it first. And that's what I usually do. However, sometimes I like to hit the smaller muscle groups, or the muscle groups that can take less load first. And why do I do that? Because, well, sometimes it's a smaller muscle group, but sometimes maybe I want that smaller muscle group to get worked, and to get maybe worked harder. Because if I'm doing back first every time, then sometimes the biceps might, I'm working them, but I may not have as much energy to hit the biceps as hard as I could if I always go back first. So I like to do that. Like I said, I like to do synergistic muscles that work together. But at the same time, I have to have an intention again. Intention's big. I have to have an intention as to when I hit the exercise, the muscle groups. So sometimes I want to go. Sometimes I want to hit that smaller muscle group first. Sometimes I hit the larger muscle group first. I don't think it has to necessarily be an exact science, but you want to allow each muscle to take on some real load and to get some real effort. So it's like sometimes you get max effort to deadlifts, sometimes max effort to shrugs, sometimes max effort to biceps. And I would say that comes to like, where you're looking to target, what needs to catch up, what's tired. Maybe your back is a little fatigued, so you go with the biceps first. Maybe your traps are fatigued, so you go with the traps first. So you know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm gonna go with traps first. So now I'm adding some load, and I'm gonna go through one round with, this is now 25 pounds. So we're gonna go one round, 25 pounds. So I'm gonna go shrugs first, 25 pounds, 25 reps. So shrugs, I'm just gonna let the dumbbells lie on the side and press up. Boom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just adding load. So like I said, I'm usually gonna work out every day, every morning. And I don't record every workout, but today I just figured out I just kind of record with a session with me. So what I like to do, how I think about it. My count is probably okay, because I am talking, so I'm kind of talking to you at the same time. Let's say that's 16, 17, there we go, 5 more. All right, I'm gonna drop, give myself a small break. All right, small break. So, traps. Your traps you can load up. This is 25 pounds. Your traps you usually can load up some muscle group that can take a lot of load, take a lot of strain. I got a lot heavier piece. But at the same time, I find with certain muscle groups, if you can really load those muscles up, if you can really get a lot of reps in, you really get like a good pump, you get a lot of blood flow going to them, and you also increase like the strength of it. You kind of increase the muscular endurance. So one thing I love about training is like you get to play with these variables, right? So it's like I can play with the variable of more reps. So now I'm just getting way more reps in. Or I can play with the variable of much more weight. So now it's less reps, but now I'm really, really heavy. And your muscle just takes on takes on the tension. That's all it does. It's just like, tension is tension. So if it's a 100-pound of tension or if it's 10 pounds of tension, your body just takes it on. And it responds how it responds, which is, I find very interesting. Also the tempo, do I lift the weight fast? Do I lift the weight slow? Do I pause at the top? Do I pause at the end? Do I pause in the middle? The variables it's wild. Right? So I love it. There's always something you could train or you could switch it up. I mean, it's the best. I really enjoy it. I really just waiting on my finish time. That's what I do. I really like it. So you said traps, right? Hit traps first. A little bit of low, 25 pounds, 25 reps. Low 25 pounds, 25 reps with bicep curls. Right. One. So again, we got the dumbbells. Dumbbells are really, really nice. Dumbbells take up no space. Take up no space. Practically anyone can have dumbbells. That's why I like them. Also, if you buy this set of dumbbells and you actually take care of them, those dumbbells can last you a really long time. Whether you don't like dumbbells. Take a little space, don't cost that much. I mean, even if they do, well, because they're gonna last you. Dumbbells last. It's like 10, it's 11. It's only 25 pounds. Maybe I'm just not that strong, but man, I feel it. I feel it. 14. We're gonna grind for a second. 15. Yeah. 16. 17. Come on. 18. Come on. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. Alright. Got the thunder in the background, it's raining outside. It's a beautiful day. So we got 25 reps with dumbbell curls. So again, dumbbells are great. They're great. I didn't even tell you the brand. I don't know if you can see it. The brand is Fringe Fitness. My two favorite companies for fitness gear right now would have to be Fringe and Rogue. Fringe to me, super durable, super strong, high quality, beautiful, sort of unique training equipment. I like it. Really legit. Rogue, very popular, very well recognized. Again, very high quality. And yeah, I like Rogue products. Honestly, the fitness gear that I bought, whether it be Rogue and or Fringe, I've never had a problem with any of it, and it always lasts. Like the materials they use is just great. I love their stuff. To me, I'll go with either one. Whichever one has a certain product and I like it, I'll go with them. I picked Fringe with my plates because I already have a set of their plates. I really like their plates. And they came out with change plates like this, which I think just work great with the dumbbells. But you also use them with the full barbell. So let's say you're doing like 300 for your bench. And you say, I want to add a little bit of weight, but not too much. It's only 5 pounds. So you add your little 5 on, boom, and now you can, increase your weight without going extremely high. But also, So like 2.5, I think they even have ones. So it just allows you to add in little weights so you can make incremental progress. And the thing with weights, the numbers, so 5 pounds is 5 pounds, if it's 5 pounds, so then you can add that into your workout. And although it may be 5 pounds, but if you're pressing 400 and you add a 5 and 5, and now you're going 14, that's a 10-pound gain, which is different. So these change plates are awesome. I really like these a lot. So dumbbells are just solid. You should have a pair. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't have a pair of dumbbells. I don't know. To me, it's just like something you should just have. Or I mean, if you're me, there's something you just gotta have. I gotta have some dumbbells. So these are my dumbbells. 25 Romanian deadlifts. Let's get. So I'm in an apartment right now. I don't know if my neighbors can hear me, right? But they're not throwing weights around. I think you can be pretty quiet with weights. It's another benefit, right? So you can keep them around. You have to be thinking, but if you are, what's the word? Courteous enough, you don't even have to make a lot of noise. My son's asleep. My dog's right here in his crate. He's not freaking out. My son's not waking up. My neighbors aren't knocking on the door, and it's early in the morning. But I'm still in my workout day. It's a rainy day, so I couldn't get to the gym. I mean, I could get to the gym, but it's raining. So I had to go outside to take my dog out. But I don't have to go outside to work out. So this is a way to make it less excuse friendly. So having weights in your house makes the lack of training a lesser component. I have weights in home, so why do I need to go outside of my home to train? I don't. So I can always train. That's the beautiful thing about it. Always train. So I'm kind of bad with my count right now, but I'm holding on to these weights. So even if my Romanian deadlifts are struggling a bit, the longer I hold on to these weights, the more my hands have to hold on. So the more grip strength we're working on. All right, let's say that is, all right, let's go get 2, we're at 10, 15 more, 11, all right. All right, so right now we're working on breathing. In, out, in, out. So if we can really work on our breathing with our workouts, it's really gonna help the muscles. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right, so for a pull day, if we're using weights, we just went through everything you need to work on your back, to work on your biceps, and then your traps, right? Simple. So you really only need one exercise for each muscle group, really. But again, it's muscle. There is no limitations to what you do. So you can do one set with one muscle group, and there's going to be benefits there. You can do, 5 sets with 5 exercises or whatever, and there's still going to be benefit. So you do what you can do where you're at. I'm just showing you an approach. So I'm actually going to do more of these, but just for the sake of the video, for the sake of the exercise today, I'm going to use bands to do the same thing. Where the bands at? Where the bands? I can't find no bands. Oh man, you're up. blend it in with that. All right, so I'm gonna do this for explanatory purposes, if that is a word. Explanatory. All right, so back, biceps, traps, pulled it. It's so redundant. I guess it's even redundant for me, but I was just telling someone this. When it comes to fitness, fitness is actually very simple. You can make it super simple. Like, I'm doing a bunch of, these are the lots of exercises. You could do just squats every day, and you would have tremendous benefits for your body. It was just squats. So, it can be really complicated. You know, we can talk about, you know, force production, muscle levers, and, you know, eccentrics and slows, and, you know, slow eccentrics or whatever. Tempo, ISO, you know, static, whatever. But in reality, it's just about moving your body. It's just about getting your muscles engaged, getting them fired. So it can get really complicated, really scientific, but really comes down to what is going to work for you. You know, what do you want? Some people want different muscle groups, body parts, and the activities to be different. So your training is just sort of like go in that direction. So like if you're a super high intensity person, a workout like this might not keep you engaged. So I wouldn't recommend a slower tempo, chill, lower weights. I wouldn't do it because it's not your speed. It's not what you like. You know, some people are like freaking like Ferraris. They need to drive different. You know, some people are like freaking like minivans or something. You know, the strain I'm gonna put on the minivan is gonna be different than what I'm gonna put on the Ferrari. And you have to be cognizant of that with your training to keep it, you know, to get the best use out of it. Like if you're driving a freaking minivan like a Ferrari, that's less productive for a freaking minivan. But at the same time, if you're driving a Ferrari like a minivan, like you could probably open those cylinders up just a little bit more. So yeah, you kind of want to cater your workouts to your approach, what you like. So I'm kind of like an in-between, maybe. I like to have chill workouts, but there's also those times where I want to go super heavy, super hard, super intense. And I also have like chill, just sort of vibe, just going through the motion workouts. And for me, they're all good. I like them all. I just like to get the body moving. All right, so boom. We did traps first last time. Let's go with the heaviest thing first, just back. So we're gonna do some these. Let's go for like more deadlift approach with these. So we did Romanians last time, so we were about using half. But the range of motion is a lot shorter, not a lot, but it is shorter, and it's more like hinge where deadlift kind of go deeper. You gotta get that barbell off the ground. So let's go about here. All right, about mid shin level. Go up, boom. So we go one, this is where deadlift is dropping all the way down, boom. Maybe engage a little bit more legs, less of hinge, a little more legs, and we're leaving that back in, right? 3, let's run through it. 4, so like I said, if you're high intensity, you're gonna be in that thing. 5, right? 6, sometimes they get the blood flowing, and that's what you need. You need to just get in and crank it out, boom, get to it, you know. 9, 10, you gotta eat. You know, if this is your speed, train like that. 11, you gotta get it. Train like that. But it's okay to go slow. You know, you can really focus on that muscle, that contraction, and they both have their places about what's working for you, what you feel you need, what you train towards, what you're working towards. You know, you trying to do shot put, you trying to dunk, you playing volleyball, you know, you getting the baby weight off, you know what I'm saying? You training for a triathlon, you know, you just getting started, you just go back in shape. What are you training for? What you working towards? What are your goals? Consider that. You know, you can always keep it simple. You know, really you should be simple. Keep it to where you actually make some progress, make some growth, make some gains. Because the best workout is the one you're gonna do. That's the best one. So on deadlifts, probably not 25, maybe it's close. 25 deadlifts. All right, we're gonna follow up 25 curls, both arms. So right now I'm gonna do unilateral on one arm. 2, 3, 4. And we just need to pump and then also swing. Once I turn the camera off, probably gonna go a little bit heavier. I don't want it to be too long, but why not? Like I said, I'm gonna do this every day. This is what I really enjoy doing. Any day I'm blessed enough to wake up and get a training session in, like, hey, I'm gonna get it. Like I said, I don't always record. I think recording more frequently will be good, but to me, it's just about putting the work in. You just gotta put the work in. Yeah, 15, 16, 17. This is a rainy day, everyone's asleep, but you get that workout in first thing in the morning. You've already done something challenging. You've already put some money in the bank. You've already kind of filled your tank. It's a good start. It's a good start to your day. You've already got your blood flowing, got your body activated. It's like warming up your car. You warm up the car, now you're ready for the road trip. Now you're ready for the drive, now you're ready for the work. Now you're ready for what the day entails. All right. So, 10, 11, 12. Count probably off. We don't really care. It's about the reps, it's about the quality of movement, it's about the action that it's doing. You just gotta get your training in. You just gotta get your training in. You don't always have to be, balls to the wall. You don't always have to be just, you just gotta do it. All right, let's go follow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take a water break. So look, right now we're doing the pull workout. I say this all the time with all my training. Working out fitness is very redundant. One thing I like about the way that I approach it is that when you have a sort of training routine that you like, a certain training split that you like, you get to be an example of that training split and what that training split does or results. So you can look at my physique, you can consider what I take, and you can say, okay, is that the approach I'm gonna take? Because if I do something similar to him, I'm gonna get similar results. And you may say, hey, I don't like his results. So maybe you lean towards, more research, finding more people that train this way, or you say you don't want to take a totally different approach because I don't want his results. So I really pay attention to results, what a person is doing, and if I would like to have something congruent with whatever they're doing. So, a lot of people train this way, but there's also a lot of people that don't. A lot of people train this, like I said, they train antagonist muscles, or, chest, back, bicep, shoulders. So they'll do stuff that's just not, and that works for them. Some people just train, like bodybuilding. Some people want calisthenics. You find what works for you. You find what works for you, do that, and then lean into it. So for me, I lean into push-pull legs because I do push-pull legs, but I'll also add different modalities, calisthenics, stretching, things of that nature, and I'll add it in conjunction with whatever day makes sense. So even if it's abs, like there are ab routines that I like to do with pull leg because it's kind of synergistic. So it might be like a pull-up where I'm just hanging and I'm doing crunches, ab work. For push day, it might be like a leg tuck, a leg lift, something along those lines. And for legs, it might be like a laying down crunch, resisted crunch, laying down, reverse squat, Russian twist, things of that nature. So, yeah, you gotta find what works for you and go with it. Me, I like to do push-pull legs. If you want results similar to me, consider push-pull legs. I do push-pull legs with weights, calisthenics, whatever resistance type, but that's the approach I take. Today's a back day, whatever I do with back. Today's a leg, whatever with legs. Today's push day, whatever with chest, triceps, etc. Oh, we got one more traps. So you're seeing the exercises, you're getting the workout with me, you're seeing how I kind of approach fitness, and I'm just hoping that I can add some value and just kind of see what people that are into this fitness stuff, what do they do? You know, if they're not at the gym, what do they, how do they training sessions look? Sometimes like this, they might still try to get the exercises in if they were doing the gym, they're just gonna use some bands or dumbbells and get it in. So you're on a road trip, you can still get a session in, do it like this. You take your dumbbells, your little weight plates, and you get your session in. Or take some resistance bands. Or you go to the park and do some pull-ups, So, 8. And we're going one take with this. Just put it up. This is what we do. I'm just really trying to, just put it out there. Hey, people train like they train. For me, I train because, blood flow, mental cognition, fun, enjoyment. I play sports. So when you train, even if you don't have a sport event, you have a training event. So it's like, you may not be particularly good at your sport or whatever you're doing, but you train your body. So in doing that, maybe you jump faster, maybe you run faster. Maybe you jump faster, or maybe you jump higher, you run faster. Maybe you just have more muscular endurance, so you can hold on. Let's say you're doing landscaping and you gotta throw out freaking 100 bags of crush rock. If you train, hey, it's nothing but a bicep curl. It's nothing but a farmer's walk, and you take your bag of crush rock over and, maybe instead of getting tired putting 25 bags of rocks out, you get tired putting 30 up, 35. To me, that's satisfying. You're bringing in your groceries, and hey, instead of coming back for a trip, you can get them all in one go, or save your time or whatever. So many ways your training can benefit you. And I'm 30 years old, so when you train, when you put your body on a load, you're increasing your bone density. So it's like it's money in the bank push your bone density. So now it's okay, you're 30, yeah, but you're putting that load under your bones. So you're getting your bones very condensed and strong, capable, to where you're 30, but God willing, you see 60. Now at 60, you have some bone density, so your bones aren't brittle and breaking. You're not at a high risk of breaking something because you've been putting money in the bank to push your bone density. So your bones are just stronger, so you're keeping your body capable. So many benefits of training. It's just so many approaches to training. It's just so. Yeah. Let's go 5 on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, like I said, my son is asleep, my dog is chilling. Early morning session, we're still getting the day going, how I think he's done. But today, I put priority on my fitness. I hope sometimes you do that as well, and put priority on your fitness because, again, just in my humble opinion, it does matter. Fitness does have a big impact on your life. For example, yesterday was a decently stressful day. I had some decently stressful things going yesterday. Yesterday wasn't a particularly great training day, and maybe that could have some sort of, impact on how my day went. But another benefit to fitness is that it can really be a great stress reliever. It can be a great outlet for difficult days. And like I said, it could be a great sort of warm-up for difficult. You already know what difficult days are ahead of you. So when you get a training session, and it kind of is like preparing yourself, armoring yourself for a difficult day. You're already, sort of pre-warmed up. It's like a hard day, but you got a hard workout. It's like what more you got to do. So it's a lot of benefits of training. It is very redundant. it can be very basic and over and over. It's boring. And I think that's one of the big detractors about fitness. I think it's almost opposite. Most people think that when it comes to fitness, the big hurdle for them mentally is like it's gonna be exhausting, I'm gonna be tired, I'm gonna be stressed and anxious going to the gym, my body's gonna hurt, they like what they eat, all this stuff. But I actually think that's kind of the opposite. I think when you really get into it, it's not that it's so hard, it's really that it's just boring. It's really that it's just redundant and it's the same thing over and over and over and over. And people that get into fitness and really make it a lifestyle and keep it up for a long time, I think they just sort of embrace that a bicep curl is a bicep curl. Now, in all actuality, once you learn it, once you get into it, I can do a different workout every day. I could train in so many ways that it's not even funny. But for some people, depending on what you're doing and just your personal interest in health and fitness and all that, it can be seen as very boring. So, if your reluctance to train is like intensity and like body pain, body fatigue, and all that, that's really sort of that's like the initial hump. After about 6 months of training, then it's like, now you'll see, it's really about just being able to just keep doing the simple stuff. Can you just keep at it? Every workout's not gonna be the same. Some are gonna be more intense, some are gonna be with friends and family, some are gonna be by yourself. There's gonna be a lot of variables. It's really just, can you keep doing the thing? Can you keep exercising? It's like, yeah. So if your complaint with fitness is that it's too intense, it's too hardcore, your body's gonna hurt. That's kind of an initial thought process. I would encourage you to keep training for a little bit and then see what hurdles come up. Because I would say my hurdle is more so, I wouldn't say it's really intensity or fatigue. Because I don't really, actually my hurdle would be almost like not being fatigued. For me to get fatigued, I have to exert a lot of energy. So for me, it would almost be having to go super hard. You gotta go really, really hard. And yeah, for me, it might be just not being able to exert myself to the way that I would like because of how I train. So you're gonna have different problems, different scenarios. But I would really recommend looking into it and to like what are your like roadblocks? Yeah, like what are your roadblocks with fitness? Because everyone has different roadblocks. Yeah, we just all have different roadblocks with it. But I definitely recommend getting on the road, getting on the journey and just seeing what you can do. I think it's an incredible thing to see what your body can do. Can I get my feet off the ground? A foot. Can I jump and dunk, or could I run under this time? Stuff like that. Like how long can I play with my children? If you're a 40-year-old, can you still play basketball with your children? That's pretty encouraging to me. Stuff like that. How long can I run for? How long can I maintain my physique? How long could you keep up? Your routine or your habits and stuff. It's just it's something to do as well. It's just something to do. I am rambling. Just allow you to spend time with me. Like I said, I am a fitness trainer. This is what I really enjoy doing, and I just want to share that this is what I like doing. This is what I do. This is how I do it. How I approach it, and just allowing you to spend time with someone who thinks like me. Someone who says, you know what, I don't want to eat foods with a certain amount of carbohydrates or a certain amount of sugars. I do want to be picky about where I eat or, how I want my days to go. I do want to work out at the beginning of my day, things like that. And it's just sort of some of the ways I think, I do want to train synergistically a lot of the time. A lot of the time I want to go pull day, back biceps, but I have an understanding. So yeah, it's allowing you to spend time with me. fitness. Recently become national certified. So yeah, someone who's studying that. I plan to look into different things as well. But yeah, I'm engaged in this fitness world. I really enjoy it, and if I can help you in any capacity, I want to be here. If you just want to see how some people approach fitness, here. I'm really pretty much a natural bodybuilder. I know most people don't like to talk about that. My physique probably displays, yeah, he doesn't look like he's on anything crazy. Yeah, so you can even see that. For me, I think it's big. Not everyone takes, performance enhancing, whatever. So to even see what you can do naturally, you may say those genetics or something like that, perhaps. But just different examples. You see different stuff. So thank you for coming to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video.